So let us start, guys. So I don't have much time to spend now. So let us just start the session. So I think some of them, this will be the first class. So let me first tell you about us. So we are BTS Technocrats. Okay. So my name is Vikram. Okay. And I am having around more than 13 years of experience into the software testing. And we are going to learn ETL testing. But in this session, we are going to learn ETL testing automation. Okay. So we let me just save this file so that I can send you. So with the today's date, suppose 6th of Jan 2025. Okay. So this is the ETL testing automation classes, guys. So to know this and learn these classes, we have to know ETL testing manual. I think you guys know ETL testing manual. Yes or no, guys? Can you just tell me? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So I
sir.
think I think most of you would be knowing ETL testing manual, and then you have come to ETL testing automation. So in ETL testing automation, guys, we have to automate the entire ETL testing manual process. So here what will happen is that in ETL testing manual validations, if you know, there's something called as count validation, there's something called as data validation, there's something called as duplicate validation, there's something called as null validation, and as per business logic, whatever validations we are doing using manually, so we will do it using automation. So we'll use the automation scripts using Python and PySpark, and we will be automating this entire process. Suppose for count validation, we were manually writing the counts and we were trying to validate here. So, but here there's two languages which is required to validate and automate these things, which is Python and PySpark, which we will be learning in depth. And we will be doing our validation using this Python and PySpark and complete automation. Now, the first thing I wanted to tell you for ETL automation, the basic requirement is you'd have to know SQL, you have to know ETL testing. This thing should be already known for a person who wants to learn ETL automation testing. Here, guys, we will learn the cloud-based concepts like your Azure Databricks, yeah, like your Snowflake, like your Azure Data Factory, and also we will learn, guys. Again, the Python and PySpark is the mandatory thing to learn and automate these things. So all those things we will be covering to do this validation. And apart from that, guys, first thing we will require to, and I will start the course with Python so that everyone knows thoroughly we will be using Python to validate this, do this ETL automation. So what we require is that, guys, first we need to install this Python, and then we have to install the PyCharm. Guys, PyCharm is a ID, guys, integrated data environment. For actually, PyCharm is the thing where we will write the Python codes. So I will suggest you everyone to install this Python and PyCharm. Okay. So this integrated development environment, this ID here we will use to write the Python codes. We can also use, guys, command prompt. We can also use Notepad or Notepad plus plus to write this code of Python. We can also use, guys, Python IDE is also there. We can use that also for writing the Python codes. So all these are for writing the Python code. So first thing I wanted you guys to install the Python. So to install the Python, I don't know how many of you have installed. You have to go to python.org. You have to go here, python.org. This is the link, guys. So this link, you have to go python.org. You have to go here, download, and you have to download this Python version 3.13.1. This is the latest version. You have to just click on this download button, and this Python will be downloaded. Okay. And guys, I have already installed, so I can't install it. You have to just double click here, and then this guys, then you have to click on the install now, and then it will be installed. Next button, because in Python installation, the environment variables are already done at the time of installation. So you do not need to, like Java installation, we have to give the path variable, environment variable. Those things we don't have to do. You can just install this Python. Any issues in installing, just let me know. Download the Python and we can install on the class only. So this is the first thing. First install this Python. And once this Python, I have already installed, so I can't install again. So here, once this Python is installed, you can go to the command prompt. You can open the command prompt. You can write here Python, and you can see the version 3.11.3. I have the Python. Then this is the first thing, guys, from python.org. You have to install this. So I'm just writing this in the notepad only. Yeah. And for PyCharm, guys, you have to go to JetBrains and install that. So let me just open that also. So here again, guys, you go to the Google and just write down Python PyCharm installation. PyCharm install. Okay, so you can just go to here in the JetBrains. JetBrains is the company who by which you can just download the particular PyCharm. So there are two kind of versions, guys. One is professional. So professional is used for web development, and we have to pay the money. Of course, we will not go with this professional. Come down. This is PyCharm Community Edition. This is what you have to install, guys. This is what is we require, because this is the free version. This is the version where we don't have to pay any money. Just click on download, guys, and this will be downloaded. Okay, there's a big software, so it will take some time for downloading. And once it is downloaded, you can just go into your download folder, and you can just try to install this PyCharm. And again, installation is very simple, guys. Next, finish. If you have any issues, you can just let me know. It's very simple installation for Python and PyCharm. And after this installation of Python and PyCharm, you will be in a position to use this. This is how the PyCharm will look. You can right click and just you can click on open. Click on yes, guys. Okay, and you can click on next, and then you can select these things, whatever the versions are there, and click on next, and then it will be installed in this particular folder and finish. So I don't want to install because I already have these things. So just install this Python PyCharm. Tomorrow I will see all the installation. If anyone has any issues in installing, we'll install that in the class only. So this is the first thing, guys, with the installation of Python and PyCharm. And once these things are installed, guys, we'll have these things uh, in our system. This is how it will look. This is what is the PyCharm is. This is where we are going to write the codes. Once this is installed, you can go to the file, you can go to the new project, and then you can change the project name here. Whatever project name you want to give, you can just write down. Suppose ETL and we are writing VTS. Okay, this is how we are creating the project in the virtual environment. What is virtual environment? I'll discuss, guys. Every Python code should not get mixed up, so it takes as a virtual environment, and this is the interpreter it takes by itself. And then you have to click on create, and then what will happen is you will get an option, this window, new window. That means you want to open a new window, you'll click on new window. In this window, you can click on this window, and then what will happen is you will have this kind of interface which will come up, ETL VTS. Okay, and this is the first thing what you will get, and you can just click on this run button, and you will get this output, hi PyCharm here. And if you want to create any file here, just right click and you can go to new and you can go to Python file, and you can give the name if you want to give a name. Suppose our file is Jan6, and you can just select this Jan6 and you can go here, and you will be here in this page, and here you can write down your first program. Suppose I want to print the hello message. So I can write here hello, and then I can just select the current file, whatever our current file is there, and click on run button, and we can see the output is hello. So this is the things we have to do, guys. First thing is we have to install the Python, download the Python, install it, download the PyCharm, install it, create a new project. How to create a new project? I told you, go to file, go to new project, remove till here. After this, see, this is where the Python, all projects will, all the things will be, all the files will be stored. This is the path. If I go to this path, So I can see, guys, whatever my folders are there, suppose ETL, VTS, and this is the file, these are the files. So these things will be there in this path. So this path is getting automatically selected. And here, after this front slash, you can just change your name, whatever name you want. Suppose I want ETL and I just wanted, suppose 6th of Jan, I can give this and I can just click on create button. I can click on suppose a new window, then it will be opening in a new window and you can see again here. And if you want to create a new file, just right click, new file, Python file. You can give the name of the file. Suppose Apple is the file name, then I can just select here and I can write the code. So in this window or a separate window, you can do this. So this is the things what you have to do as the first class of Python and PySpark learning. So this is the interface where we will be writing the code. We can also write in, guys, in the command prompt. We can also write in the Python IDE. So this is Python, guys. Ideally, this gets installed as soon as you install the Python. It gets installed. There's nothing new in this. So once you install the Python ideally will be installed. This you can the code you can write in this command prompt. But mostly 99% of the company will use PyCharm. We will also use PyCharm, and also the same code we will be also writing in the Databricks so that you will get the clarity how the Databricks works and how we are writing the codes in the Databricks. We have our separate material, guys, for Python and PySpark and everything. This is the Python material, which we will be considering while teaching. And similarly, we have PyCharm and all those things and PySpark and all those materials we have for our automation process. So we will continue with this materials. Whatever this materials will be, I will be sending to you so that you have a clarity in understanding and everything. So we'll take the reference with this material. This material is prepared by us. Okay. So that is how we will proceed, guys. So you have to download the Python from python.com and you have to install the PyCharm from the jetbrains.com. So this is the link where from you can just download the PyCharm and install this. Any issues you can ask me tomorrow in the class only. We will install this Python and PyCharm. And this is how we will proceed, guys. Till here, guys, you have any doubts? Let me know, please, first. No one is having any doubt. Subhangi?
No, sir.
Hey, hi, Vikram.
Yeah. Tell me.
So, yeah, so what will be the duration of the course?
Duration will be 2 months and little more than that might be, but minimum is 2 months it will take because it takes time, right? First we'll learn Python, then we'll learn PySpark, then we will be completely integrating everything and we will be doing the entire ETL automation and we will have to learn the cloud platforms, how to write the codes in Databricks and what is the use of data factory, what is the use of Snowflake and how we will write the code there, what as an ETL tester we require as a ETL automation tester, why ETL automation testing came and why how the codes are written. If suppose there's a count validation between source and target, then how this can be done using a data frame, what is a temporary view, and what how our data frames are compared and how the values are coming. So it will take minimum 2 months. Tell me.
Okay, and in cloud-based technologies, we'll be covering AWS
No,
along with
AWS is
Azure.
not. AWS, the AWS is just a storage. Okay, AWS S3. So again, I don't want to cover AWS, but again, the course will become much more lengthier. So I want to complete it within 2 months, 2.5 months, because if I take AWS, again, I will teach for 2 months. So that is not a part of the syllabus. But I will tell you AWS S3 bucket for storing data and basic, I will tell you what is AWS. But that is not a part of our syllabus, but I'll tell you what we do in AWS. Tell me. Next.
Okay. And one last question. So
Hmm.
we'll be covering any live project or
See,
like
the
that?
projects will be the two projects which I take in ETL manual. The same I will take in ETL automation. The validations, what we do manually, we will be converting into automation. That's all. Two projects we will be covering.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, sir.
Any?
On this side.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So sir, like, this cloud testing is a different one. Like I can see nowadays, like in the JD. So I was referring the JD from the Naukri. So they are mentioning for the cloud testing. So in this, like, are we covering the cloud testing also?
Yeah, the cloud testing nowadays, if you go anywhere now, they will ask a Python, PySpark, and cloud testing. Okay, first initially when 14 years before when I started my, journey of teaching and working, that time these technologies were not in that much demand. Okay, yeah, this cloud and this PyCharm and all those things were not in that much demand. But now what about no? They made it mandatory. If you go to any interview, they will simply ask that, do you know cloud platform? Do you know Python? Do you know PySpark? Do you know how to automate all those things? Do you know Databricks? So this cloud platform is mandatory nowadays. Okay, you cannot just go and just escape from there. Okay, so
Mm.
that's the problem because I told you, when I started my career, people know manual ETL testing. That was sufficient to get a job in with respect to ETL testing. But what happened
Mm.
now? The crowd is so much increased, and everything has happened. So now cloud testing has come, even automating this cloud testing. They will ask you Databricks. Suppose this is a Databricks, okay? This is a cloud platform, right? So
Yeah.
now they will ask what is a notebook, why we require a notebook, how we write our codes in notebook, what is a cluster? Suppose this is a code I have written. So what is this code and how we write, how we use Databricks, how we use cloud platform, why we use cloud platform, okay? So why we use cloud platform? This is again a question. So because whatever no the data size keep on increasing. Okay, the problem what happened now? First datas were a few lakhs and crores. So now what happened? Now it is going to hexabyte, petabyte, gigabyte. Okay, so first it is what? If you know this is a kilobyte, okay, then 1024 got multiplied, it became a megabyte. Do you remember? And from megabyte, it became a gigabyte.
Yep.
From gigabyte, it became a terabyte. Okay.
Right.
Now what happened from terabyte? It became what? Pentabyte, right? And then
Mm.
it became hexabyte. Okay. So now what happens? Now if I take Facebook data, it is 7 petabyte. Okay. So now the data is so much huge, and then if I write a select query, what will happen? It will take 3 days to execute. Okay.
Mm.
If I write select start from table in Facebook, okay. Now what will happen? This will take 3 days to execute. So it cannot be, it is not a proper way. Okay. We cannot wait 3 days to see a particular data. Are you able to understand? That's
Yeah.
why what happened, big data came. Now big data came, and what happened here, there's a parallel processing of data started and cloud platform started. Okay. So now parallel processing means what? Multiple, this entire data got divided and multiple processing started at a time. And that is why this cloud platform came, because the data size became huge. It was not possible to fetch the data. So what happened? So the data is becoming in cloud, so we can't see the data. It is just a URL what we are getting, and data is getting stored, and then parallel processing is started, and it becomes faster. That is why this cloud platform came. And believe me, guys, the normal databases now, after a few years, it will just eradicate only. Most of the companies have started this cloud platform, and they would be more shifting to the cloud platform, and that is the shifting is going on, and that is why our testing is come. ETL testing, cloud platform testing has come because most of the data from normal database, if I take any database, guys, be it be Oracle, be it be SQL Server, RDBMS, which are the RDBMS, guys? SQL Server, MS SQL, do you guys remember? Netezza, DB2, Teradata. Do you guys remember? These are the normal databases. So these data are going into what, guys? Cloud platform. And if it is migration is happening now, how the data have been loaded into the cloud platform? Is the number of records matching? Is the data is matching? Is there any duplicate coming, null coming? And any transformation logics we are using. So all these are going into the cloud platform. And this cloud platform validations, can we automate it? And we have to know, guys, Python and PySpark, as long as you make your career in ETL testing. And now it has become mandatory. Initially, it was an option. Few people knew, few people did not knew. But now, if you go for a higher package and you go attend any interview, any company, they will definitely tell, guys, do you know the cloud platform? And do you know the automation of this? Do you know Python? So this is what is the mandatory skill set which has come. So now ETL testing is not only Informatica and SQL. Now it has come to the cloud platform and Python and PySpark. That's the reason we created a separate batch, and we started a separate batch and separately teaching ETL automation testing separately, ETL manual testing separately. Tell me, guys, any more doubts?
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Any questions, guys?
Yes, sir. One more
Yes.
question I have.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So are we covering any ETL tool like Informatica, all that? Like,
No, guys, see, ETL tool Informatica I have covered in my manual ETL testing lecture. Okay. So I
okay.
will not cover. Instead that I will tell you that what is Azure Data Factory and how we are using Azure Data Factory as a ETL tool is to load the data. Okay. So this is the cloud platform ETL tool, guys. Okay. Informatica I take in the manual classes. Again, ETL tool is Informatica is what? To load the data from source to target, right?
Right.
And there are components is there workflow manager, workflow monitor. Okay, so workflow manager, we will run the workflow and workflow monitor will see the status of the workflow run. But now I told you, as I told you, we are mostly targeting the cloud platform. We will see how the Azure Data Factories are using the to load the data and how the Azure Data Factory, which are the segments to check the status of the there is something called as pipeline. Pipeline means a kind of task in Informatica. So I will be comparing you. Suppose in Informatica will tell you task. In Azure Data Factory, we'll call it as pipeline. Both are loading the data. But yes, separately, I will not cover Informatica, guys, because in ETL manual, I have given a lot of lectures on Informatica event development part. So we don't cover Informatica because no one will ask Informatica. You go and attend any interview, they just ask, guys, what is Informatica? You will tell ETL tool. What are the components? Workflow manager, workflow monitor. What is the use? What were you doing? We were loading the data from workflow manager and we were checking the data is loaded properly in workflow monitor. If it is failing, we were reporting to developer and that's all. If it is failing, then we are reporting to developer and we are going to designer window and checking if it is passing or failing or any glitches are there. This is our root cause analysis. But now what happens? Now they are asking why Azure Data Factory? How to use Azure Data Factory to load the data? What is pipeline? What is Azure Data Storage? What is Azure Data Lake? So what is the difference between Azure Data Lake, Azure Data Storage, and AWS? So all these are storage, guys. So we are using, guys. Now we have upgraded topics. We are starting Azure
Hmm.
Data Factory only. We will use as a ETL tool. Now I don't want to talk much on the Informatica, but I will compare you that what is the difference between them. Tell me now.
Oops.
Any more doubts?
Okay. Thanks.
Tell me, guys. Any doubts?
Yeah, yeah, Vishal. So, with the automation thing, we will be creating the script. So, it will be good if we cover code related like Git or code deployment and tool like CI/CD pipeline or Jenkins Docker. So, is that needed?
No, we are using. See, we are using guys CI/CD. We'll try to see Jenkins if we can just use the CI/CD Jenkins if required. But Git we will definitely use guys to have the copy of the code, and if possible we'll cover the topic called as Jenkins. But our main focus will be the Jenkins and all is small talking. Main focus will be how to automate this entire ETL manual into ETL automation. That's the main focus of our targeting. What is our target? Tell me. We
Yeah,
will cover
thanks.
the Jenkins for CI/CD. Tell me.
Yeah, thanks.
Any more doubts? Anyone? Kanika, any doubts? Mukesh, new one.
No, sir.
Uh, Subangi,
No, sir.
Vishal, anyone, guys? If you have any doubts, guys, see, I have more than guys 14 years of experience, so you can ask any questions, guys, from any places. I never mind people asking questions because that's okay, guys. You will have lot of things and lot of you can just in between the classes, guys, you can come and ask me and question me whatever you have any doubts or you don't have any doubts. So in the club in between the classes you can directly ask me, guys. So that is how the classes will go because my lectures are very friendly lectures, so you can just ask me any doubts you have any time, and that is how we will proceed, guys. So we will be having around half an hour to 40 minutes classes, guys. Suppose I start the Python. So, guys, Python introduction, let us just start, guys. Python, what will be the introduction to Python? So, you should get some introduction part of Python. So, guys, Python uh, is a programming language, guys, high level programming language. Yeah, guys, tell me. See, Jagannath, you can just ask me in between the class. As I told you, this don't need to write in the chat and all. You can just tell me, guys. I have 14 years of experience and I have worked in multiple companies, guys. And I don't want to tell the company names and all, but I have worked in more than 7, 8 companies, and I've been teaching from 14 years. So that is what I have in-depth knowledge of this, and I've trained more than 1,000 students in my life from Bangalore to Delhi, Noida. All these things have gone in my career. So I am into core ETL testing, automation, manual. All these things is my expertise area. So guys, Python is guys a high level programming language. If you have some knowledge on high level programming language, so high level programming language means it is very similar to English language, guys. Okay, so suppose there's a print button, so print function. So print is very similar to what? English print means what? We will print the things. So it is very similar to English language. That is why Python is called as, guys, Python is a high level programming language, and Python was introduced by Guido van Rossum. Okay, so guys, this is the person who developed Java. Guys, do you remember? Anyone knows who developed yeah, Java? Yeah, Mukesh, who developed Java?
Sir, forgot the name.
Huh? Anyone knows who developed Java? James Gosling. Okay, guys,
James Cook.
at least you should know, guys, who developed Java and who developed Python. Okay, so you should know, guys, these things. These are the very basic thing, guys. Okay, so that's why this kind of history, but we should know that very basic things are there which you should know when someone will ask you. So you should know, guys. Okay. So this was the Python was introduced by, guys, Guido van Rossum. Okay. So now, guys, after this, what happened is that it became so much popular, that it started overcoming all the languages, and even even your Java, it has superseded this Java, and there's a big fight going between Java and Python. But guys, Python is overcoming. As long as you are in the data field, you have to know Python, guys. Okay, in the year Python was developed was Feb 1991. So this is what is the year when the Python was developed, guys. Okay, so Python is both, guys. It's both object oriented and your okay, object oriented and your procedural language. Okay, so object oriented means, guys, you know the object oriented concepts are abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and everything. I will teach you in depth. So everything we can do in Python, as well as procedural means line by line execution. Both we can do in Python. That's the beauty of Python. Is very simple language, guys, and that is why it is so much preferred, and it's very easy language. That is why it is preferred. It's both object oriented as well as the procedural language, as a dynamically typed language, guys. Okay, so dynamically typed Python is, guys, dynamically typed language means we don't have to specify the type, guys. Okay, in Python, like if I go to Java, guys, I have to write suppose int a equals to 5. So I have to specifically tell, right, this is the integer a whose value is 5 in Java, but in Python all those things are not required. In Python we'll just write a equals to 5. It will understand that is numerical. If I write b equals to apple, it will simply understand, guys, that this is a string. It is a dynamically typed language. We don't have to specify the type of the type in Python. But if you go to any other language, there's the int, there's string, there's all those things. They automatically they cannot understand. That is why this Python is so much preferred, guys. If you go into a Python and you just write here, suppose a equals to 5, okay, and then you just write here print this type of a, so you can just directly get, guys. Okay, you can just directly get the type of a. So this is what integer. We don't have to specify that this is what type. Okay, this is the class. In this class, this is the integer type. This is how it comes. And if I want to see, suppose the B, and then B I write here, guys, suppose apple. So now what will happen? We don't have to specify that B is a string. It gets automatically understanding. Python automatically is understanding it's a string. So that is why it is dynamically typed language. We don't have to specify the Python type, and that is why it is so much preferred, guys. It's so very easy, right? If I go to Java, I have to write system.out.println, define a class, define a method, and then finally we'll get output. Here just print, that's it. Print a will get the output that okay, the value of a is this one. So all those glitches are not there which were in other languages and everything. So that is why, guys, Python came into and entire your data science. If you are a ETL tester, ETL developer, you become a data engineer, all those things, you have to know Python. If you don't know Python, then it will be very, very difficult. Everything I have written in my notes, guys. Python is a high level programming language. High level means the languages are similar to English language. That is why it is called as high level language. It's both object oriented and procedural programming language, guys. Object oriented means entire process of, guys, the oops concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, all those things we can be used in this, and then it is procedural means we can execute, guys, line by line. So all those things I have written here also, and it is a platform independent and free source. So any platform, any Windows, Mac, Linux you can use, and there's no money required, completely free. Developed by Guido van Rossum and first released in February 1991. And Python is dynamically typed language. I told you we don't have to specify the type of the type in Python. It automatically understand, dynamically it understand. That is what I taught, guys, today with the respect to Python, and I given you the introduction to the Python thing and how the ETL automation will happen and how we will do the things. So we will completely this all this count data, duplicate, null, and all this validations, whatever we have done, guys, we will be completely automating it, and we will see how the cloud platform has come and how in a project we can tell that ETL automation is done and how we have done ETL automation. Then what are the interview questions, and on a real-time project we can create a data frame, we can validate the data, and we in a single click we can go get the entire validation thing. So what is the logic and how we do that, and all those things we will learn, guys, in depth, slowly we will be increasing what is an alert in this. There's something called as DQT alerts, data quality alerts, guys. Suppose there's a failure, then in the Teams, in the Outlook, you will get directly a message that this there's a failure between the source and the target, and this failure you can just get in your mail and your Teams and everywhere you can get these mails if there is any glitches and all. So all those things you have to explain with respect to your project, how the ETL automation did, what is Spark, why you used Spark here, what is Spark.sql, why we are using Spark.sql, what was the requirement to create a temp table. Temporary table is a must question, guys, and what is the requirement of data frames everywhere, what why the library pandas are used. Pandas and all will cover in depth, guys, because that is a basic thing, guys. Nowadays pandas, nimpies, these libraries what we are using for Python for the validation, so that will be used thoroughly. And then, guys, then we will learn in depth the validations and how in a project the things are implemented, and how we are using big data, what is the Avro file format, and then Parquet file format, CSV file format, how to import them, load them, validate them, and give a result, how to make a optimized code, and all these things we will learn, guys, which will be much beneficial for you. It will be much ahead than your ETL normal manual testing. It will be looking your CV will be becoming around 3 times more powerful if you put these things in your CV, and you can explain your projects and you can explain the concepts. So that is what we do, guys. We have a separate question interview sections. We'll have the mock interview, and we will give you separate interview questions. We will prepare your CV with respect to ETL automations, and entire thing we will do end to end. So just you have to have patience, guys, because there's a huge syllabus. I cannot complete in 1.5 months. So I have already told you it will take 2 months. And guys, whatever I teach from by depth and complete syllabus. So that is how we will proceed. So any more doubts, guys, you have? Anyone having any doubts, guys? Then you can just ping me, and please join by your laptop so that you can record the sessions and you can keep it for your rest of your life. So that is always the thing, guys. You can just call me and you can ping me. Even though if you can't ask any questions now, you can ping me, and you can just let me know if you have any doubts. So here I will stop, guys. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ping me and you can tell me.